channel. If you're new, my name is Melissa and welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a subscriber Q&A, so let's get started. So yes, one of you guys actually sent me a bunch of questions that you wanted me to answer. So thank you, Stephanie, if you are watching this. I am going to answer as many as possible. There are a lot. I think there was 45 in total. I'm going to try and get through as many as possible, but yes, they range from Disney parks questions to just generic Disney questions, and I thought this would be a fun way for you guys to get to know me as well as answer some of your guys' questions. If you have any other questions you want me to answer in a future video, please comment it down below. Oh, and before I get started, I do have a question for you guys. I need to know your favorite Disney YouTube channels. I've been in a bit of a YouTube rut, and I need some new YouTube channels. So that's my question for you guys before I get into the questions for me from one of you guys. With that all being said, let's go ahead and just get started with question 1. So we're gonna start off easy with favorite animated Disney movie. So my favorite animated Disney movie is actually Tangled. I really love Tangled. I've always loved Tangled. I don't know what it is about that movie. It has so much nostalgia for me. I mean, not even really, because like it came out when I was a little older, but I don't know. It's just like such a visually stunning movie. I love the soundtrack. I mean, like Rapunzel is one of my favorite princesses. I feel like if you ask anyone who's like in my demographic, they'll always be like, it's Tangled. But yeah, it's Tangled. I love Tangled. The second question is favorite Pixar movie. So I have like gone through favorites, but right now my current favorite is Turning Red, which came out 2022? Did it come out in 2022 or 2023? I don't know. Either way, it is my favorite movie because I feel like it's like such a fangirl movie, and I was never like a boy band person, but I am definitely like a fangirl. I fangirl hard over a lot of different things, and I feel like that like really speaks to me. Plus, I feel like it's one of the first like female focused like Pixar movies, which I really love. I know Inside Out had a female lead, but I feel like to some degree it's more about the emotions and less about like Riley, and I feel like this one was more about like growing up as a teenager, or I guess they're actually in middle school, like growing up as a middle schooler, as like an awkward middle schooler, and it just reminds me so much of my childhood too. So yeah, right now that is my favorite Pixar movie. Up next we have favorite Disney villain. So this is also one that I feel like changes day to day, but I think overall my favorite Disney villain is Maleficent. I love the Sleeping Beauty movie. It's like, to me, one of the most like artistically beautiful movie. Like I really like the art style, like the cubist art style that it has. So I really love that. And I also Maleficent I think is my favorite Disney villain. I don't know why, like what draws me to her, because it's like not really like, oh, I would want to be Maleficent necessarily. But I do really like Maleficent's. I think it's probably that her colors are like green and purple. And right now I'm going through like a total green phase, but purple is like my overall favorite color. I don't know. I don't know what draws me to her, but she's just always been my favorite. I will say a close second is Queen of Hearts. I always say that if I were to be a Disney villain, I would probably be Queen of Hearts, because I feel like she's just like, she's not like necessarily evil. She's just angry. Next up, we have a favorite Disney princess. So this one is probably one of the hardest ones, but I think overall my favorite Disney princess would have to be, I don't know, I think it would be Mulan. Even though I love Aurora, and like if I were to be a Disney princess, I would be Belle probably, but I just like love what Mulan represents. She's a bad bee. She's just like, I don't know, she's just like, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like she knows what she wants to do and she just follows through, which I feel like a lot of the Disney princesses do. But I don't know what it is about Mulan. I think it's also that she's like kind of sassy, but like also strong. I don't know. I think it would be my favorite. My favorite Disney prince, well, that one's easy. It's from Mulan as well. I love Shang. Shang is my favorite Disney prince. I just, no one can compare to Shang. Like it's actually a joke with my friends and I, like, that I just love Shang. Like, he is like, people have celebrity crushes. I have a crush on Shang from Mulan. A close second though would probably be, oh my gosh, I don't even know. Probably be, honestly, Prince Philip. I do really like Prince Philip too. Even because I feel like he's one of the princes that gets the most screen time too. I also like Aladdin. I don't know, but like definitely Shang. I love me some Shang. Favorite Disney animal. My favorite Disney animal and my favorite Disney sidekick, same thing, is actually Raja from Aladdin. I talked about it. I don't know if that video's come out yet, but I talked about it in one of my hauls. I'm a cat person, and I feel like Raja just like reminds me of my cat, even though they look nothing alike, but like the little protector. And I just like love Jasmine and Raja's relationship. But like Raja for sure is my favorite Disney animal. I don't know, I feel like there's not, I mean, there are a few cats, but like Raja just like, I don't know, he's just so protective over Jasmine. I feel like a lot of people's pets, especially like my pets too, are like super protective, and I don't know, and he's just so cute. I love him. Favorite Disney dog. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I actually have one. Do I have a favorite Disney dog? I guess Pluto counts. Probably Pluto would be my favorite Disney dog, or the Ottoman from Beauty and the Beast. I also like that one. But yeah, again, I'm more of a cat person, but I can't think of any besides Pluto right now. Oh, Lady and the Tramp, of course. Actually, it would probably be Lady. As much as I love Pluto, I think it would be Lady. I think Lady and the Tramp is one of my favorite movies. And I just like love Lady so much. Or, oh my gosh, what is the like Scottish dog who wears the little sweater vest? That was also cute. I don't know, but it'd probably be Lady. Favorite Disney side character. I'm gonna take this differently than like princess sidekick because I already answered that kind of. I think my favorite side character, I like read through these beforehand, but I like didn't come up with solid answers. Oh my gosh, what were my favorite Disney's? Honestly, would it be Hey Hey? I do really love Hey Hey. I think Hey Hey's a hilarious character. Does Maui count as, I don't know why I'm only thinking about Moana. I also, again, like the Scottish dog that I can't remember the name of right now, I'm sorry, from Lady and the Tramp. Oh, you know who I have been like weirdly, like this movie, I've been really into Mary Poppins recently, so I think I'm gonna go with Bert from Mary Poppins. I think that's my final answer. Bert from Mary Poppins is my favorite side character. Favorite Disney ride. So this one does actually change a lot. I think as of right now, I don't know, I love like a lot of the dark rides, but I think it would be Haunted Mansion right now. Either Haunted Mansion, it like cycles through Haunted Mansion, Pirates, or Big Thunder Mountain. Those are like my top 3 favorites. But I would say like, there's a difference between like favorite and best ride. Like I think they're like my favorite and I like love them, but I do think that there are like better done rides, if that makes sense. I also really like Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway. I went on that last time. I think I went on it twice last time I went to Disneyland. On like, I just really love like the animation come to life. I love like I love what they're doing with dark rides now. But I think, I don't know, because I love Pirates too. I'm gonna say Haunted Mansion though. I feel like Haunted Mansion, I love the history behind Haunted Mansion. I've watched the Haunted Mansion Behind the Attraction episode like so many times. I've read so many different like things about Haunted Mansion. Like there's just so much detail in Haunted Mansion that like every time I write it I find something new. And I'm also like a big I'm really into like not necessarily like true crime, but like crime shows. And then also I love like a good like spooky show. I don't really read spooky or true crime because like that freaks me out too much, but like shows don't. I don't know. But yeah, I think I would go with Haunted Mansion. Next up is favorite Disney food. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? I do have an answer for this one. It's not, what is it called? The orange and vanilla swirl from Treetop Terrace. I think is it Treetop Terrace? the Dole Whip stand in Magic Kingdom in Disney World. That is my favorite Disney food I have ever had. It is incredible. It's like eating a creamsicle, but like better. I love creamsicles, first of all. Second of all, I love like the combination of like the citrusy orange and the like vanilla, like the sweet vanilla. I'm not a huge pineapple person just in general, so I don't really like the Dole Whip, but I love that one. And I used to call it citrus swirl. That's not what it is. It's the orange vanilla swirl. I love that, and I'm really, really sad they don't have it in Disneyland. I don't even know if they have citrus swirl in Disneyland. They do have Dole Whip in Disneyland, but they don't have that one, which I like love so much. Most underrated Disney movie. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. You know what? Okay. Like, I feel like a lot of the movies I like are just like everyone likes them. Like, I feel like most of my favorites are like everybody's favorite. Okay, I thought of one. The Tinkerbell movies. I love the Tinkerbell movies. If you haven't seen them, they came out in like the early 2000s. Mae Whitman is the like, she's the like, she plays Tinkerbell, and they're like Tinkerbell's backstory. I'm not a huge Peter Pan person personally, but I'm a huge Tinkerbell person. Part of the reason why I don't like Peter Pan is because Tinkerbell's not the nicest in Peter Pan, but I love Tinkerbell. I love those movies so much. They hold so much nostalgia. I can remember as a kid, because like the first one came out like in theaters, and then after that they came out on Disney Channel, and then eventually they came to Netflix. And I remember as a kid like being sick at home and watching like a marathon of those movies, like back to back to back. I'm sure my mom got so tired of them, but like they were my favorite movies growing up. So I think that is my favorite underrated Disney film. I think it's technically the Disney Fairy series, but it was the Tinkerbell movies. A Disney movie I never get tired of. Oh my gosh. To be completely honest, I don't watch a lot of movies like over and over again. Like that's just not, I don't watch a lot of movies in general. I tend to watch more TV than movies. But probably the answer would either be, it actually probably would be Tangled. Let's be real. But maybe I should pick a different movie that I haven't talked about. I'm trying to think. I do rewatch the Haunted Mansion movie a lot, especially during like spooky season. I watched it a lot. I think I've like now seen it like 5 times since it came out last year. I really do actually really like the Haunted Mansion movie. I think it's so hilarious, and like there's so many calls to the Haunted Mansion movie. So I think I'm gonna go with Haunted Mansion movie. The next question is my favorite time to go to Disney. So I really have not been to Disney like we always go to Disney pretty much at the same time, which is September. I don't actually remember. Okay, wait, so let me think about this. The last couple trips I've gone in September. I've gone to Disneyland in June and July. I've never gone to Disney World in June or July. I have gone to Disney World in like early in the year in like January, February, March. But I'm trying to think, I probably would pick January. I don't know, because like the thing is like I love September because of like the fall decorations and all of that. And if you want to go to Mickey's Not So Scary, which I've actually never done, I've never gone to Mickey's Not So Scary, I would say go in September. But like honestly, like I prefer, and it's low crowds too in Disney World, it's low crowds in September. I think I'm gonna go January for Disney World because this is so much cooler there. January and like mid-February when it's not like President's Day weekend, because it gets really busy in President's Day weekend. And like watch out for cheerleaders also in January and February. As far as vacations go, I've only been to Disney World in September, but I think like ideally I would love to go in January. Ideally I would love to do a December, November trip because I really want to do a holiday trip. I doubt that's gonna happen. But probably I would say January is my favorite time for Disney World. For Disneyland, I do think it would be like September, October, because I love Disneyland during the fall. It's just so nice. And I've been to Oogie Boogie Bash, and I went to Oogie Boogie Bash actually the first year they did it, and I absolutely loved it. It was great. But yeah, I think that's my answer. January for Disney World, September for Disneyland. Okay, the next question is, which park in the world do you want to visit next? So, probably Tokyo Disney, because I just like have heard so much about it. I don't really have a huge interest in going to Shanghai or Hong Kong, to be 100% honest, although I think one of them now has a Frozen Land, which does sound cool. I think it's Hong Kong that now has a Frozen Land. But like prior to that, I was just not super interested. So maybe Hong Kong. I have really no interest in going to Shanghai, if I'm being 100% honest. And I don't have a huge interest in going to Disneyland Paris. Like if I were to be in Paris, I'd probably like take a day to go to Disneyland, but like I wouldn't just go to Paris for Disneyland, whereas like for Tokyo, I would 1000% take a trip and just go to Disneyland or Tokyo Disneyland, because like there's just so much unique stuff in Tokyo Disneyland, and I feel like in Disneyland Paris, correct me, you can say I'm wrong, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that is already or is coming to like various other parks. That being said, I would love to see all of them, obviously. The only one that I don't really think I need to go to is Shanghai, but that's just me, because there's also only one park in Shanghai too, so I'm kind of like, I don't know, but for sure it's Tokyo Disneyland. I would love to take a trip to Tokyo Disneyland at some point. I honestly don't know it, because I live in California, so it's not that bad of a flight. It's like about the same as going to Europe, and it's actually not like super expensive, like it's not as expensive as you would think, but I mean like it's still pretty expensive in comparison to like flying within the US. And from what I've heard, the tickets in the hotels are cheaper there. I don't know, it's a bucket list trip I would love to do, but we'll see if that ever happens. I accidentally skipped this question, so we're gonna go back to it. The most overrated Disney movie, in my opinion. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna make some people mad, but I'm gonna say The Little Mermaid. Hear me out. I think that it's like, it has a couple good songs, but like besides that, it's like I don't really like most of the characters except for Triton. I love Triton. Ariel's like not my favorite princess in general, though I've like warmed up to her more. I've watched some like Jodie Benson interviews, and like that makes me like her more. But I don't know, it's not a movie that I'm ever like, you know what I really want to watch? Little Mermaid. Like I like so many of the Disney princess movies, and I would say that one's my least favorite. I also just don't really have like that much nostalgia around it like I do with other Disney movies. And I do like the second one though. The second one and the third one is pretty, they're like two of my favorite sequels. But like the first one, I don't know, it's just okay to me, and I feel like so many people like love it, and it's not that for me personally. Okay, sorry, it cut me off while I was talking about Little Mermaid, but I think that's all I'm gonna say, so please don't send me hate in the comments. I don't know, it's just not my favorite. I'm sure half the movies I've talked about in this video are not people's favorites, but yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about that. So the next question is best overall movie soundtrack. Ooh, okay. There's a couple of movies that I really like songs from, but like their soundtrack isn't my favorite. Probably, I don't know if this counts because it's Pixar, but my favorite soundtrack overall is the Coco soundtrack. I think that one, I love all of the songs from. I think it's just like so good. I also, actually, okay, well, I'm gonna say Coco for Pixar, but Encanto for Disney. I remember when that soundtrack came out, even before I watched the movie, I like played it on repeat, and I just really love all of the songs. My favorite is Pressure. I love that song. That was on my like my normal playlist, because I have like different playlists, but that one was on my like car playlist for a really long time, and I really like that song. And I mean, there's just like so many bops from that like song, and there's slow songs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Encanto. Okay. Next up, we have least favorite Disney ride. Ooh, okay. I have a couple rides that I do avoid. whenever I go, I have more opinions on Disneyland versus Disney World. Surprise, surprise. I've just been to Disneyland a lot more. The number one that I for sure will never ever go on again is California Screaming, or sorry, Incredicoaster now. It made me super nauseous. I like literally almost like vomited and passed out after I went on it last time. And I do get a little bit of motion sick, but in general, I don't get super motion sick on rides. But that one, oh my gosh, it like knocked me out. So that one I for sure will never go on again. I don't really like some of the rides. Like some of them I like the ride, but for the amount of wait time, that's where it gets me. So like if it had a load of wait time, I would go on it, but like Incredicoaster, California Screaming, whatever you want to call it, I would never go on again. Sorry. Because it just made me feel so sick. Yeah, I think that I'm trying to think of another ride that like I would just never go on again. And I honestly can't think of one that I would just be like, absolutely. I mean, I would never go on Mission Space, but I've also never been on Mission Space, so I feel like I can't really count that. But like as far as rides that I like wouldn't wait for, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of them. The next question is my favorite thing about Disneyland. Okay. This is my favorite thing about Disneyland is how compact it is. I remember the first time I went to Disney World, like as an adult, because I went like 2 times when I was like a little kid, and by a little I mean one time I was a baby and one time I was like 6, I want to say. And I've gone to Disneyland many more times, but the first time I went as like an adult, I was just so surprised by how spread out it is. So I really like that Disneyland, and it's not even that like the whole thing is so spread out. It's like that the parks themselves are so spread out, which is good and bad because like it allows for more like strolling area, but like it also means that it takes you a really long time to get across the park, and that is so not true at Disneyland. Like you can get like out of the park and into California Adventure like that. I also like that there's off-property hotels that are super close, and you can just walk from off-property hotels. But I mean, I do like my Disney hotels, I'm not gonna lie. So there's good and bad things about it, but I do really like how compact it is, like when I'm actually in the park, because like you can get from thing to thing like way more quickly. I also like how much stuff is in Disneyland. Like Disneyland Park itself, I think is my favorite Disney park, because I think that there's just so many great rides in it, and there's so many different lands, like, and everything. So yeah, I would say like how compact and also like how much there is to do is my favorite thing about Disneyland. In the same vein, the next question is my favorite thing about Disney World. My favorite thing about Disney World is the theming. Like I love Disneyland, and I'm not saying Disneyland doesn't have amazing theming, but there's just like Disney World is another level. Like all of the resorts, I think honestly it's the theming of the resorts for me. Like I think that's honestly my favorite thing about Disney World is the hotels, the resorts, everything. Like there's so many different themings, there's so many different, like every time you stay in a hotel you just feel immersed. Even if you're staying in like a value resort, you still feel immersed and you feel that like Disney bubble, and I absolutely love that. I haven't really had the chance to stay at some of the like ultra themed resorts. I've only stayed at the Contemporary and All-Star Movies. Those were the only 2 Disney resorts I've ever stayed at. Or well, okay, I stayed at Saratoga Springs, but again, that was when I was a baby. Alright, that was when I was like 6. I don't even remember when that was actually. But like I would really love to stay in Port Orleans, one of the Port Orleans is, or I mean, like obviously I would love to stay at the Polynesian, but like it's not super high on my list. I would love to stay at Wilderness Lodge. Is that what it's called? Is it Wilderness Lodge? I think it's Wilderness Lodge. I would really love to stay there. That one was like for a really long time like my bucket list one, but I think my really and truly my bucket list one is Port Orleans. I would love to stay at one of those because they're just so detailed and so well themed. I would just absolutely love to stay at one of them. Moving on, we have my favorite Star Wars character. It's Kylo Ren. I know a lot of people don't like the new Star Wars movies, but I do. I love them. I think Kylo Ren's overall my favorite character. I love Kylo Ren. I have a Kylo, like with Shang, I have a Kylo Ren obsession. From the original series, my favorite character is Leia. I don't know how I could pick anyone else for the same reason I like Mulan. I like Leia. But yeah, I don't really have much to say. I love Kylo Ren. In the same vein, we have, what is your favorite Marvel character? My favorite Marvel character is definitely Wanda or Scarlet Witch. Followed closely by Loki. I also really like Loki. To be completely honest, I have not seen a lot of the Marvel movies. So much. I loved WandaVision. I loved the like TV show, like not copying, like the TV show homages, because I'm a huge TV person, so I loved that. I also really like Kate Bishop from the Hawkeye series, mostly because I just love Haley Steinfeld. I don't know, but those two are my two favorite, but I think Scarlet Witch edges it out just a little bit. Yeah. And the next question is favorite Disney show from any park. Okay. Okay, my favorite is one that doesn't exist anymore. Actually, okay, well, does that count as a show though? Because that's like, okay, my favorite stage show is the Frozen show that used to be in California Adventure that has now since gone away, but it was so good. Next up is favorite Disney park land. I actually have very strong opinions on this. I could honestly do it for every single park, but I'll just do my overall one. My favorite land is New Orleans Square in Disneyland. I have loved New Orleans Square forever. Not only does it have two of my favorite Disney rides in it, Pirates and Haunted Mansion, but I just like love the theming of it. I have had like an obsession with New Orleans for the longest time. Like if you couldn't tell by the fact that I want to stay at Port Orleans. But like I don't know what it is about New Orleans Square. Like I've always loved it. It's always been my favorite, and I love the theming of it. Like I feel like it's so immersive and so just I just love it. And plus that's also where you see Fantasmic. Like I think in Disney World, I'll just do Disney World as well, just to be safe. My favorite in Disney World, oh my gosh, I think overall I would have to go, I'm gonna go with Fantasyland in Magic Kingdom, because I just feel like it's one better than Disneyland. Sorry I really love that they like the new Fantasyland portion. I think they like the way they redid it was really nice. I really like the rides in it too. I think they've added some like really great rides, and I don't know, like I really love like obviously I love the like Disney princess movies and all of that, so I think I would go with Fantasyland in Disney World. Overall, it's gonna be New Orleans Square though. One thing that you like about Disney, example, the smell of the pirate's water. I do love the way that they use scents as an immersive experience. I think that's really cool. I don't know if this is weird, but I really do love Disney fun facts and that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think of like something specific. I do love the pirate's water. I love the smell of fresh rain. So like that to me is like one of my favorite scents. I'm trying to think like, oh, I don't know if this is weird again. I just think it's like a cool thing that they do. The topiaries that they do. I think that is so cool. Like that's one of my favorite things. Like it's incredible to me the amount of time and energy that they put into the topiaries. That is just like so cute, cool. Like I don't know, is that weird? I feel like that's just a normal thing, but maybe let me know. The next question is, what is your Grail experience for Disney? I mean, like if we're talking like Grail, obviously I would love to sleep in the castle in Disneyland, or Disney World, excuse me. I would love to take, I don't even really, okay, to be honest, I know VIP tours are like something people really want to take. I don't think that would be like my Grail experience. I know in Tokyo Disneyland, specifically in Tokyo Disney Sea, there is a hotel that is in the park. Would love to stay there. I think that would be super cool. I think all of mine are like stay experiences. My like Grail trip would be to go during Christmas and also stay at Boardwalk. I really, really would love to stay at Boardwalk and go to the Mickey's not Mickey's Not So Scary. Oh my gosh. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I think that honestly, like, staying in that hotel in Tokyo Disney Sea would probably be my girl experience, but also staying at the Boardwalk would also be a really cool experience. Doing like any after hours party in Disney World, I feel like is my girl experience, to be completely honest. Yeah, I think that I know I gave a few answers, but somewhere along those lines. Do you have any weird Disney phobias? That is the next question. So I do. I have a little bit of crowd anxiety. The only time that it like goes off is specifically in Disneyland during the fireworks where everyone's in a crush on Main Street. I hate that. I cannot do that. I like that, to me just gives me so much anxiety. I can't do it because like you're smack in the middle of so many people. It's just so squished. There's like everyone touching. No thank you. That is my like phobia, I guess you could say. In Disney World, I feel like it's not as big of a problem because it's a bigger space and people tend to give you more space. Plus I have like a little secret place that I like to go. I'm not going to share it because I don't want anyone to steal it. That is not usually super crowded. In Disneyland, the last time I went, it's not a thing anymore, but they actually projected the castle projections on water, like on sprayed water, kind of like oh my gosh, what is it called? World of Color in DCA. It was kind of like that, and so you could see the fireworks in the background and they had the projections and there was nobody around me, but it's in the spot that Fantasmic normally is, and I think they were doing that because Fantasmic wasn't around. But if that was still a thing when I went next time, I would totally do that over standing on Main Street. But yeah, that's just my one like phobia. Like I can't do it. Next question is, do I have any Disney collections? Yeah, I do. I have a lot of Disney Loungeflies. I have a little bit of a Disney art collection. It's not huge, but I like buying postcard arts, and I have like some art that has been painted for me by my friends. I have a Disney ear collection that's like my second largest collection to my Disney Loungeflies. I now have more Loungeflies than I had ears. I don't know when that happened. I used to collect mugs, but I've actually gotten rid of the majority of my Disney mugs now. I also used to collect, I mean, not really, I like had a few Funko Pops, but I've also gotten rid of a lot of those. But yeah, that's kind of it. Ears, backpacks, and art are kind of my favorite things. Okay, we are nearing the end. The next question is favorite Disney holiday movie. So my favorite Disney, okay. This is a hard one because there's a few that I like. I really like the Noel movie. I really like the Once Upon a Christmas movie. That's another great one. What else? I like Beauty and the Beast as a holiday, like wintry movie. Probably my favorite would be Once Upon a Christmas. The Mickey short one. I love that one. But I'm trying to think if there's any other ones I'm forgetting that are ones that I really, really like. But I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with Once Upon a Christmas. That one is really nostalgic for me, because I used to watch that as a kid. And I also just love the like mixture of stories that are in it. I loved the Gift of the Magi story. That's like one of my favorite stories of all time. So I love that that's included. I love the Fab Five. I really like the Fab Five shorts. I feel like I don't watch enough of them. So yeah, Once Upon a Christmas. Is it Once Upon a Mickey's Christmas? Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. That's what it is. Favorite live action Disney movie. We kind of touch on this. I have a couple different ones that I love. I love Mary Poppins, obviously. I love the new Haunted Mansion movie. Love it. But I think my all-time favorite is probably going to be Pirates of the Caribbean. I love that movie. Again, that was one I don't know if I necessarily grew up watching, but it came out when I was like pretty young. And it was my sister's favorite movie for a really, really long time, so I watched it a lot. And I feel like the original one, by the way, not the later ones. Although I do like the most recent one. I thought that one was pretty good. but like it's one of the original like attractions into movies, and I feel like it's still a pretty good movie like when I watch. The next question is favorite lesser known classic Disney cartoon movie. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of. Oh, you know what? The Ichabod Crane and Mr. Toad shorts. That one I feel like is one that people don't talk about a lot, and a lot of people actually don't know that Mr. Toad was also a Disney short. Like they just think that it's like a ride, but no, it was originally a Disney short. I really love that one. So the next question is favorite childhood Disney film. I think I already talked about this. My favorite one was by far the Tinkerbell movies. I rewatched that so many times. Probably a close second would be actually a Disney Channel original movie, which is Lemonade Mouth. I also really loved High School Musical as a kid. Just like any of the anime or the Disney Channel original movies. And then the last question we have, if you could make a new Disney land, what would it be? Oh, that's a hard one. I definitely think it would be like one of those immersive lands that they have like kind of been doing, although I do really love original concept rides and lands. So like I had an idea like a while ago of what I would do, and now I can't even think of it. This is my brain. Oh, you know what I would do? I would do like an Alice in Wonderland themed land. I think that would be really, really cool because I feel like there's so much visually like cool animation style in that movie. I feel like that's what I would do. I would do like sort of a Alice in Wonderland themed land, but I also would just like love to see, oh, you know what would I think would be such a cool land if they did? I don't like, because I know I would like as a like original concept, I think I would love to see sort of like an 1800s like Dickens almost themed land, kind of like how they have Liberty Square, like that kind of thing, but for like the 1800s like London, or like I've like been really into like Regency and like Gilded Age like era TV shows lately. That's why I have it on my brain. Or I would love to see like I don't even know, like I'm trying to think like I would love to see, I want to say Fantasyland because that like that sounds weird, but like almost, because like if you know it, the like mythical beast land that almost was in Animal Kingdom, like I think it would be cool if they did like almost a Game of Thrones type of land thing. I think it would be really cool if they did a sea themed land. I know they have one in Tokyo, but I think in Disney World it would be really cool if they did like an ocean themed, I mean they technically have the seas, or the, what is it, the seas in Epcot? I don't know, but like I think like an ocean under ocean land. But probably overall I would love to see an Alice in Wonderland themed land. I'm gonna probably think of something afterwards and be like, Melissa, why didn't you say that? But I think like a Charles Dickens like London, 1800s London would be really cool, or like Highland Scotland like land sort of thing I think would be really cool. I'm trying to think of like other, like I feel like they really theme things off of places a lot of the times, and I can't, like I think they could put like an Alice in Wonderland themed land in like Hollywood Studios. Like they could do that. Like that would be reasonable enough. I don't know, like that one's a thinker because it's like I would love to see an original, like because I love the original land or the original rides that have like created lore from them, and we really haven't seen a lot of like original rides recently. We've seen a lot of based on a movie, and I think it'd be really cool if they like did more like Haunted Mansion-esque rides and like Big Thunder Mountain and that kind of stuff, where it's not based off a movie but it's like an original concept. And I feel like they could do like an 1800s London themed area, or like I don't even know what else they could do. Like they could probably add like a South America themed land to Animal Kingdom. I think that would be really cool if they did like a South America themed land, or even like a Central South America, and then they could do like Coco and like Encanto type of thing. I think that would be really cool. I know that's not really animal themed, but like I don't know, that one's a thinker. Oh, okay, so we made it through the questions. let me know down below if you want a copy of the questions. I would be more than happy to send them to you. I do think that in editing, I'm probably going to edit down some of the questions, so you won't see all 45 of them. But I think I'm going to edit down the ones that I didn't have the greatest answers, because there was definitely some that I was like, this is not a great answer. I'm probably going to edit this out. But with that all being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any other questions for me, let me know in the comments down below. And again, answer my question. What YouTube channels are you watching recently? I would love to know. But with that all being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see y'all next time.